Hello everyone, and welcome to the road to 2K22, where we are looking at the top 10 most requested features for the game, and I am running down each and every one of them. The last upload was in concern to live updates. I basically just said make them mean something, give us more content through live updates, because as it stands, live updates basically just means that you're up to date, that the server is still up and refreshed. That's all it means. Today, we're going to be looking at removed match types. So, here's the thing about that. The developers have said before that they only remove match types, or they haven't brought back match types because they aren't used frequently enough to warrant them being in the game. Meanwhile, things like Armageddon Hell in a Cell, which I'll be playing today, only ever happened once. So I'm not saying get rid of that, but by their logic, this also should not be in the game. Okay? I'm, like I said, not saying that they should take this out by any means. And there are others that are used frequently, like on a yearly basis. Like, for example, traditional Survivor Series match. We don't have that because there's no way to play a match with more than 8 people in it. And there's no war games, despite that being a frequent for the past few years. But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say perhaps they just can't pull it off, right? They can't pull it off for whatever reason, and so that's a result of that. So let's just look at the match types that were removed. So, since bringing backstage brawls back into the game, there's only a one-on-one option, despite there being a multi-man option before, with like handicaps and tag teams, for example. And those aren't like really matches, but backstage brawls are, especially multi-person backstage brawls, are a frequent just in wrestling in general. So there's no reason as to why those shouldn't be here. 40-man rumbles were removed. Granted, that probably won't happen again, despite the fact that since then a 50-man rumble happened. But again, something that can be overlooked, since those hold up with that argument.
Next up is
Inferno, which hasn't been used since 2013. So that's another one where, okay, maybe their excuse holds up. Because 2013 would have been, you know, when 2K14 released, and 2K14 had that in the game. These next ones, though, and I'm trying to get a good balance between the statistics in the match, because there's not a lot to go off of aside from these statistics. So, special referee has been used multiple times since being removed. Could not find an actual statistic, but it was most recently used in 2019, just last year. And finally, the I Quit match. Alundra Blaze win. The I Quit match was most recently used this year and has been used a total of 5 times since being removed from the game. 5 times. So, my point being, stop making excuses, bring the selection back to where it used to be, and even then, like, still keep giving us things. Because it doesn't come down to, you know, what's seen on TV. It comes down to, you should be giving your player base the most options possible, as opposed to, you know, someone else doing it. So that was kinda short, but I'm still pretty upset about that and them making excuses. The next one is, again, an interesting one. Don't know how long it'll take. Don't even know what I'll record for it, really. But it's create a story for the next one. So yeah, tune in for that. Thank you, and low-key Alundra Blaze, really hot.